can be a great people, Kal-El, they wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to Goodwill. What's today? Today's Saturday morning. We're going to get in there, see if we can find buy, sell on eBay, buy low, sell highs, what we got to do. Otherwise, if you're not doing that, you're not making money and you'll go out of business, basically. So let's get in there, see what we can find. Like the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. But let's get in there, see what we can find. Alright, so right off the bat, we're going to check out the glass here. That's a Lego set right there. Check that out. I have that set actually, brand new. What do they want for it? $44. So $44 used, which I think is a good deal. I'll have to look it up. But like I said, I already have that set brand new in the box. So, oops. One thing I do have to get used to is just make sure I get the angle of the camera right, or using a little joystick on this camera. Okay. The jewelry, nothing really that I spot, but we'll do a little deep dive later. Okay. Let's come over to this way. All right. Anything over here, maybe? In the wallet. It's not really spotting anything. There's like a Stanford hat there. Not seeing it here. Okay. All right. We're going to head up to the main area and see what we can find over there. The main floor. Oh, the toy aisle is completely empty right now. This is almost unheard of at this point in the trip. Actually, got some action figures right here. Bucky, or the Winter Soldier guy, and from the last Thor movie. Forgot his name. The God Killer guy. That's who he is. There's any toys in here. They're worth it. Maybe some Legos. I'm not seeing much here yet. Cart is still empty. What's this? Look at this. Giant cactus like body pillow. We have been pulling out some great plush at another Goodwill, a smaller Goodwill. I must say I haven't really seen much here at this one. The music's pretty loud here. Is this? No. It's got little squirrels in it. It smells kind of cheap is the problem with it. We're in the miscellaneous just miscellaneous area, basically. Just the random stuff that doesn't really find a home anywhere else kind of ends up here. But what do we have down here? What do we have? Oh, we have a Tony's.
This exact one sells for
$160. $160. Is it the? Oh, it's the Elsa. This is brand new sealed right here, guys. definitely look out for these. I think the one you really want to look out for is the Let me show you what this looks like here. Here it is. There it is. There you go. Little electronic toy. Okay. That was probably over in the Target area, which I'm gonna walk over to right now. Actually, you know what? We're gonna check out the keyboards first, and then it's like some sort of motor of some kind. Okay, let's get on down here. I need to go check the keyboards. Here we go. These ones are pretty cool, not for... Let's see here. Again, I'm operating with one hand now, with them holding the camera. No dongle, see? It would go right there. But you definitely need a dongle for this one. But these are pretty handy, just, you know, around the house. Oh, look at it. That's interesting. That's actually a decent old Mac. Actually, not a bad price. Let me listen to the clicker here. Still a good clicker. And actually, my son was asking for a wireless. He has a Mac, and he was asking for a new, well, just an updated mouse. And I find them all the time. So I found one now. Actually, I typically find them at the flea market. Its pricing isn't bad. This is the 17B2, which I haven't seen. Or I'm not familiar much with this style of usually the horizontal ones. I'll look this up. At $4. It's interesting. The price tag. We'll look at that later. There's a full-size Apple keyboard back here. I buy these all the time. The guy I typically buy them from at the flea market, $16. Yeah, we can't pay that. The guy I typically buy them from at the flea market, I usually get them for around $2 each. And he gets them in bulk, so a way better deal. However, he hasn't been there. I think maybe with all the construction work going on. See, $16 there on that one. This is another full size, but look at missing a key though. You do have to check these out. It's a very easy web application you can use. Just type in like keyboard tester, plug in your keyboard, and it has like a little on-screen keyboard that you can just, these little remotes here. Look these little remotes up. Little on-screen tester you can use just to make sure that all the keys activate. Look at this Shark Pro. That looks like an N64 controller. N64, yeah. Some of these, it's not the official brand, but some of them can be okay. Like the off-brands. Bowers and Wink. Oh, that cord's cut. Look at right there. That cord's like coming apart there. Sort of blood pressure. Okay, let's move down the line here. You know where there might be something here? Is on this side. Definitely an older piece, but nah. Bose. Okay. I'm not seeing. Wait, what's this little? Oh man. No. I thought thought maybe that was a jelly cat, but it was not, and it's all dirty. Okay. What is this? Dave and Buster's roulette table. Poor guy's missing his lower jaw there. That's messed up. Okay, what do we got? We're looking for, hopefully, random computer components. These are, these are useful, but not really worth it because Amazon. I might just look it up. Just a little switch. Oh, this is power over internet. That's kind of cool. So PoE stands for power over internet. So this will basically allow you to plug in devices that can get power over just the internet cord. That actually might be worth it for $8.39. I thought it was just a plain old switch, so if it was a plain old switch, I'd leave it behind, but because it has that PoE on it. Okay, I'm seeing something right over here to the left. See this Unify right here? Where's my hand at? There, Unify. That is telling me that's probably an Ubiquity. Bonnie and Linda office. We have an Ubiquity AP or access point, wireless access point to be more exact. They're not, I mean, brand new, they're about $100. Used, I'm not sure what these go for used anymore, but as you can see, it's been used. Now this would be what you would use a PoE over, because this doesn't have a standard power cord. All it has is that internet. Try not to let that slide. Okay, let's do that. We'll do that. I'll look it up because I have not looked these up recently. I mean, it's just a wireless access point. It's not anything crazy valuable. Like I said, brand new, they go for right around $100-ish. So the used market, these are kind of like a dime a dozen. These right here, get back in the camera. I have a whole bunch of those. Not that actual brand, but Dell ones. They're right around $20-ish or so. That's what they'll sell for. Back when computers were first, or when they were starting to phase out the, CD-ROM drives, those things sold like hotcakes. It was wild. Because everybody still needed them. And a lot of computer companies, I think Apple led the charge with leaving them off a lot of laptops. All right, I'm going to circle around. I'm going to check out the sporting good area, which typically has the loudest music here at this one. And I'll be right back. However, before I head over there, these old desk lamps can do really well. The problem is the shipping. This is glass up here. You have to disassemble the whole thing. This is fairly older, so it'll still do around the $50-ish range. It's 709. Actually, isn't bad. I mean, they're not that difficult to ship. I mean, I can get that out of here pretty easily. I might pick that up. It's a good price for $7. It should be a $50 lamp is what it should be. Okay, now I'll be right back. Okay, we're out of the sporting goods section, and I really didn't find anything there. And now we're moving on to the wood, some, kitchen metal products, plastics. Let's get that off the ceiling there. That was up in the ceiling. There's that crazy, pepper mill. Let's say made in Italy. There used to be a restaurant here in San Jose called the Pepper Mill, and they usually had these crazy, large pepper mills. They would put pepper on your stuff for. I don't know. I'm trying to sell pepper mills in the past, and they do sell, just they'll sit forever. Let's see what's in this here. Come on. That was nothing. It's like a tiny little bamboo steamer thing. What was that? Sugar La Table. I've sold that brand before, but I wonder how many people are looking for a little steamer. Kind of cool, like a little personal size. Basically, would put this on a water pan, a pan with water, and then put it there, and it would steam it. You have to make them like little dumplings or something. It's not a bad price at $4. A lot of $4.89 items. Oh, real quick, I did look this guy up here, and it should sell for about $30. So, one thing I didn't realize, and I thought, see how it says 10, 100? I generally want to look for 1,000 MBS or 1 gigabit, but it should still do pretty well. It's brand new sealed. I did look up I did look this guy up here, and that should go for about $60. This is a newer model. That's why. So that's pretty cool. I still need to look up the remote controls. Those Kenwood ones. The N64 controller, we're going to put that back. That doesn't really go for anything. Okay. Any Stanleys over here? Have that market died out? Or dried out, I should say. Alright, let's go check out the next aisle. Let's go check out the Target aisle. However, on our way there, we're going to look at the mugs. I'm looking for Deneen for my own collection. If there's anything that's worth selling, maybe. Really, I'm looking for my own collection when I stop here, because there's not really much profit in mugs. It's pretty rare, actually. Definitely want to look up those. This is a local, really good breakfast spot here, Blackberry Diner. Really good spot if you want some good breakfast. Breakfast. My family says I don't pronounce breakfast correctly. You guys let me know. Yeah, if you see any Starbucks ones, definitely look them up. Usually the ones that are not within the U.S. do pretty well. Oh, and then look for those Pete's ones, Pete's coffee mugs. They also have a, what's where you're at, location style. I think the Berkeley one was the big one. I think it sold for around $40-ish for the Berkeley. I don't think Pete's is international. I don't know if they still make them. All right, we made our way over here to the Target. That's a Beanie Baby. There's a Beanie Baby over here. Wow, that has a pretty aggressive tag. Keeper. of noodles. This is actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this was ripped off of Hello Kitty. There's a Hello Kitty plush that this would actually be attached to, but it's been taken off that plush. It's up here, yeah. Okay, then from here, oh, it's an anthropology mug right there. These can be okay. I mean, anthropology definitely isn't what it was, because I think everybody's picking it up and trying to sell it. But I haven't looked up these honeycomb. I don't think I have any more of these. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to stay away from that. They're not doing that well. But I can spot this there. Here's a Lego set. Spider-Man. I really don't like these. I really don't like these sets with these giant size figures. I've never been a fan of these ones specifically, like the actual build it, and it looks like the minifigures. Those ones I do like, but those are there aren't many of those. But those like Technic builds where you build out a character and has like some wonky legs. $15 coffee grinder. A coffee grinder is about a dime a dozen. I wouldn't mess with them. I do buy coffee grinders, or I used to buy coffee grinders every so often because I would want to make my own, or grind my own, I should say. But then I'm like, you know what? It's too much work, too loud, first thing in the morning. I'm just gonna buy ground and I go back and forth. Miscellaneous pottery, glass.
Get them? Huh? Get them? The yellow ones, yeah. I don't know about the other ones. I gotta look them up.
I think a new cart came out and everybody's gravitating that way. The pull, the gravitational force of a brand new Goodwill cart. Little milk creamer. That's fairly modern. All right, let's see what else we can find. I guess I'm gonna go check out the cart too. Okay, we're back now. We're back. Is it on my face? Okay. All right, so we got these string lights right here. I can't find any comps on it, but I do think I can do pretty well at $6.39. I think I probably sells at $20 a piece, maybe a little bit more. We'll see. I found this right here. It should sell for $50 right here. Lego Mine. What is it? Oh, Vision Command Mindstorms. I guess you build like a little camera out of Lego, and $8.89 on that. But the big one today, and let me flip the camera around. There we go. Is this Dymo? I can never pronounce it right. Label writer. It's going to be 16. You see the price back there? I mean, just the camera. $16.69 on that one, and that should be over $100. Probably about $120-ish or so is what we're looking at for that writer, label writer. So the cart did prove to be do pretty well. Let's go for my shoe resellers out there. Let's go take a look at the shoes and see what's going on. One of the other local resellers that does do a lot of shoes, he hasn't been here last few weekends actually, so not sure what's going on there. Okay, let's head over there. All right, so we're all set to go. I was in the shoe aisle, but or another reseller in there, kind of using it as a space to look stuff up and take pictures. So I didn't want to walk in there and interrupt that process. So I'm back here on the toy aisle, just putting stuff back really quick. Still taking a look at the different items here as we're about to leave. So we're all set to go. A couple items don't have price tags, so I hope they can price at the front, but we'll see. Otherwise, that's it for this trip. Hey everybody, welcome to the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed that trip over to the Goodwill. If you guys are here for the entertainment, I hope I'm doing a good job, providing you entertainment with, my videos, with my trips over to Goodwill, sourcing, shopping, looking for items, looking for cool items. If you're for reselling, I hope I'm, providing, some great content for you guys, some, tips, things to look out for. It's going to be different no matter, depending on where you're at in the country or world for that matter, what you're able to source, what you're able to find. You're not necessarily going to be able to find the same items that I find at, my Goodwills and or flea markets, places I source at. But, some stuff you will definitely be able to find. I've found other items, like people have found, watch people that source over in, the Carolinas or, Florida, of course, a lot of people in Florida. And I have found some of that same stuff, where I'm at. So I'm hoping that by putting it out there, maybe you guys will hopefully see the video, see what I'm picking up, and you can find it too. And hopefully try to resell it. And I hope I'm offering, valuable content for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the new, new little camera angle there. Definitely trying to mix it up a bit, trying to get, just improve my videos, improve, what I'm doing, improve my eBay business, selling, all that. Always striving to get better. Let's see. I'm trying to come up with a topic to talk about this, during this video. And usually I get most of my topics just from other, resellers that I watch out there in YouTube land, because I do watch a lot. I like to keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening in the world of reselling and selling in general, e-commerce in general. I worked at the hospital this past Monday. My one day. So I'm on call. So you would think I'm on call, I can just work whatever I want. However, if I don't put in at least one day, they can kind of force me to work whenever. So, I got to get that one day in just to kind of keep my on-call, my status the way, just kind of keep my my routine the same. And also maintain my on-call status as well, too. But, I just kind of keep it around. I was talking with a friend of mine the other day. We went out to eat, and I just told him, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen in the world. That we just got through, a pandemic. Things were shut down. So I want to keep my options open. That's why I still maintain my on-call status at the hospital. I used to work full-time there. I loved it, enjoyed it. And then, that enjoyment, kind of was fading out, and it definitely faded. And I've always had eBay in the background. It's always been a thing. I've always been buying and selling on there. And so I just, decided to kick it in high gear. And I've talked about this in the previous video, but I was just thinking about it again because, man, it was a rough day there at the hospital. I was like, man, it was, Mondays are some of the worst days at hospitals to work. I could work another day. It doesn't have to be just Mondays. However, part of it is kind of get it done, and then, rest of the week, I don't have to worry really about it. And the other thing, too, is also, Mondays are the busiest, so that's when they need my help the most. And, I just like to, help out. And that's why, I join a little whiskey here. A dram, if you want to call it that as well, too. That is Scottish, I believe, for like a drink of whiskey. But what do we have? We're having Elijah Craig. I get my
I buy most of my whiskey from Costco. Our Costco gets amazing whiskey, and you know, but some of the best. You know, I go to Total Wine every once in a while, but our Costco just gets amazing whiskeys, and some of the major brands like Elijah Craig, Jameson Irish whiskey, Johnny Walker's. They get it in the extra large sizes, so you have 1.75 liters, and that's what I buy to fill up my decanters with. I'll usually have a bourbon whiskey, a Scotch whiskey, an Irish whiskey, some sort of heavily smoked whiskey. Right now I have a Lefroy, which is a heavily, a peat smoke whiskey. So just keep a little variety in my decanters that I pretty much drink regularly. I mean, I regularly, like every couple, 2 or 3 days. It's really for me, it's an experience. It's, you know, to get all the flavors, and sometimes, you know, I just don't, you know, just don't go, you know, like shots, but you know, it's really more the enjoyment, you know, to sit down and relax, or make a video and relax too. It's relaxing, you know. I feel like I'm really, I don't know, it's kind of relaxing, just, you know, getting all my thoughts out and putting them out there for you guys. But Elijah Craig, it's a great one. Bourbon whiskey, American whiskey. American bourbons just have a lot of punch. Hold on one second. All right, someone was at the door there. But American whiskey just have, you know, big flavors, big punch. Yeah, there's heat, you know, that, you know, from the alcohol. There's definitely some heat there. So, like the burn, as you say. However, you know, big, just, you know, cherry right off the bat. You got cherry, vanilla. It's just really, I mean, I can go on and on about whiskey. This isn't the whiskey channel, but I can go on and on and on. But if you guys are, you know, this evening watching this video or relaxing, you know, and you're whiskey, you definitely enjoy yourself a pour if you do partake. I've already done my listings and everything for the day. Generally, I do anywhere between 10 to 15 listings. It's really depending on how I feel. And that's the whole name of the game. For me, is just, you know, the flexibility to be able to almost kind of do what you want with it. Sales are great. Sales have been going great so far. Or not so far, but kind of on par to last year. So we're kind of hitting last year's level. Still a little, you know, inconsistent as far as last year. You know, last year was consistently right around 15, actually more than 15. We were still listing between 10 to 15 items a day, and we were hitting, you know, 15, 16, 17, you know, items sold in a day. A few 20 days, which was pretty good. And so far, you know, the year's been off. It hasn't been consistent. But as of late, we've been hitting that mark, and, you know, beyond that mark as well too. So definitely looking like last year, and we definitely, you know, our goal this year is to really get above that, to start hitting 20 or more. And I know it's going to take, you know, more listings, more items to list, you know, but I'm really strategic in what we buy and what we list. You know, really just trying to be, what do you call it, for lack of a better word, surgical with this, you know, precision, making precision strikes, getting the right items, you know, that sell well, that should fit our profit margin, you know, should fit our fit our profit goals. You know, we try to make at least $15 on each item, but obviously that changes. You know, if I can get a big old bundle of items, that kind of changes there too. So items that just sell well on eBay, and we did pretty good at it. Yeah, last week we had so many orders last week. It was wild. This week we're doing well as well. Not like last week. We're a little bit, you know, lower this week, but still we got some great items going out. And I'm going to show you some items too, and I'm going to show you a breakdown. The Dymo label maker we found in this video sold within 24 hours. And that was a great profit margin, but I want to show you guys the actual breakdown. I've showed you that before on one item I'm going to show you in this one as well too, because you're going to hear people, you know, spit out numbers like, you know, buy this for $5, I'm going to sell it for 50, or oh man, we just sold that for $200, and you know, but there's costs associated with that, not just shipping costs, you know, what I pay for boxes and stuff like that. Doesn't have my address on it, does it? No. When boxes or something, there's a cost associated with that, cost associated with all the packaging material you put in there. But there's the eBay fees as well too. So I definitely want to show you guys that. And I'm going to give you a breakdown here in the what sold, which are going to come up right after this. Okay, we're on to the what sold section here. So we got three great items, and one of them is going to be the Dymo, which I'll do at the end because I'm going to do the breakdown of what we actually shipped it for, how much it sold for, what's ultimately going to get deposited into the bank. So, but first and foremost, we're going to start with some clear glass. And I don't know if you guys have heard in my videos, or you heard me talk about when I go to the clear glass section how difficult it is, because it's challenging. Clear glass is not easy. A lot of it, maybe 98%, isn't worth it at all. But there's an exception to every rule. And I always say this, there's exceptions to every single rule. Just like whiskey, you know, everybody has a different take on it, you know, and right now, very woodsy right now. At the beginning, when I first started drinking this evening, that is, cherry, you know, just hit with a bunch of cherry, vanilla. I always get like cherry Coke out of a lot of bourbons, but now it's had time to sit for a while. I don't know, maybe my palate has changed since I've been drinking it a little bit. I'm getting very woodsy flavors out of this, like campfire, camping, hiking, Lake Tahoe. See, a lot of stuff for me goes back to a memory. Goes back to, you know, where I've been. So, okay, continuing on with the video here. Miller Rogaska, I believe is how you pronounce it. So these wine glasses were there on the shelf. They were nice, great condition, brand new, practically brand new. I didn't sell it as brand new, but they were brand new. They did have the tag still on it, which made it easier to look up. The rim was lined with, I think, sterling silver. Now, it's not a lot of sterling silver. It's not really worth it if you're buying it for sterling silver, but I put silver, platinum in the title, just referencing the color. And they sold $43.13 is what they sold for. A set of 4, and I have another set of 4 as well too listed. These were $1.89 each at Goodwill. So a great find, and it's going to take a little bit to ship this. So $43.13. I keep saying 14 cents. I don't know why, or I keep wanting to say 14 cents, but it's 13 cents. Because glass, you really got to be careful when you're shipping it out. Obviously, it's going to break, could break. These are double wrapped, each glass in bubble wrap, and then packaged with packaging paper. And I generally will use an oversized box for delicate glass items like this or other items. So I used a 12 by 10 by 10 box for this, which is perfect. They all fit in there nice and easy, and I was able to get enough packaging material in there to be able to prevent it from moving around. You don't want them clanking together, so you definitely want to separate them with bubble wrap or some sort of packaging. Bubble wrap is preferred in my opinion, and packaging paper, again, preferred in my opinion. I use it as the base to line the bottom of the box, then around the items to prevent them from, if they hit the sides, and then of course on top when you close the box. So it's all, there's packaging paper all the way around it to prevent it from moving around or hitting the edge, because those boxes are going to get thrown around, and if something's right up against the edge, you could hit it just the right way and boom, you got a crack, or it could be completely shatter. I've seen that before as well too. So great item, definitely something to look out for if you're in the clear glass. Clear glass is tough. It's not easy. So these sold. Sometimes you find great stuff in the clear glass, which is why you always got to look at every single aisle because you never know, and sometimes items can be misplaced. Okay. Next item is a brand to be on the lookout for, and I probably mentioned this before, but the Sports Sack, look out for it. Well known for their nylon bags. This is a triple zipper. I don't know if this triple zipper design is exclusive to them or not, but they do a lot of it. A lot of different patterns. They collab with other brands as well too. I've seen a Gwen Stefani one. I've seen Tokidoki. I've seen Disney. And obviously the collabs do better. But this is just a regular sports sack, floral pattern, $18. You can find these really, really cheap. And usually these smaller ones I find between $2 to $3 at Goodwill in the purse section. At the flea market, $1. Usually $1, maybe $2 at the most for these tiny bags. But the sports sack, look out for the name. Great name to look out for. And this sold really quickly. Within a day of me listing it, it sold. So, okay, let's move on to the breakdown here. So this sold within a day of me listing it. And it is the Dymo Label Writer 4XL printer. So definitely look out for Dymos. They do incredibly well. The label printer, the label makers, or these style of label printers. Because the little handheld ones, those don't do that good. These ones do well. Make sure I have room for all this stuff over here. Okay, so here's the breakdown here. $171 is what it's sold for. We have $15.22 is the shipping that was charged to the buyer. $13.04 sales tax. For a grand total of $199.26. Now, that's not what's going to get deposited. We got to subtract several things. First off, sales tax gets subtracted out of that. Second, transaction fees. So what eBay charges to sell the item. Now, I think there's, what is it, 30 or 40 cents transaction final value fee nowadays. Then there's I don't remember exactly what the percentage is. My percentage is obviously going to be lower, and I've talked about this before. I'm top rated plus, so my percentage is going to be lower. So you may see higher fees associated with your items if you are not top rated plus. So $22.55 is what they charged me. Shipping label. So this is the actual cost of the shipping label, and I put in there a higher weight to account for not just the box, packaging material, and the cost of that packaging material. So I kind of offset that by, or I kind of make a little extra. Well, I don't really make a little extra. My nose is kind of itchy. Just kind of scratch my eye really quick. That extra money that I make off the shipping is to help offset the cost of the packaging paper, of the bubble wrap, and of the box that I use. So $13.08 is ultimately what the label cost me. And then the ad fee. So this sold as a promoted listing. So we have the added $5.98, so basically $6 for the ad. So total earnings. So total, what gets deposited into my account? $144.61 on this item. So great cost. I mean, we picked it up for, what was that, $11, like $12 on, was it $12? Was it 12 or 16? I forget. I don't know if I showed it in the video or not. I don't remember now. But if you guys see it in the video, you guys will actually know. It was either way. Let's just say the high end, $16. We still made some great money on that item. So what was it? Let's just say 144 minus $16. So $128 is ultimately what we made on that item after you subtract out your cost of goods. So that's a great profit in my opinion. Fantastic profit in my opinion. And I'd love to do that every time if we could. But it's not realistic. It's not. You're not going out there pulling out what we say bolos. Be on the lookout for items that sell for incredible profit. It just doesn't happen all the time. You can't build a business around that. I see a lot of people just going around the flea markets, the Goodwills, everything, just looking for those, those heavy hitting items. Those items that are going to sell like this. You're going to buy them for $16. You're going to sell for over $100. There are people that go out there and actively look for these all the time and pick up nothing else. And I see them walk out of Goodwills. I see them leave flea markets with nothing in their hands. That's not a full-time reseller. It's not realistic. If you see people, on videos being like, bolo after bolo after bolo after bolo, they're selling small items as well too, or smaller profit items as well too. They're not just, if they're full-time, they're saying they're full-time, and they are full-time, they're not just selling all these $100 profit items. No, they're selling other items in between that, I don't know, it could be, who knows what they get. It could be $5 items. It could be $10 items, $15, $20 items. The bread and butter. I was watching a Tech and Sports video the other day about clothing, big time clothing reseller, and he's talking about bread and butter items. He's picking up a bunch of items. Your Peter Millar, a bunch of used stuff. Peter Millar, Travis Matthews, Patagonia. These like bread and butter in the clothing section. These are just items that just move all the time. They aren't crazy profitable items, but they just move all the time, and that's how you're going to sustain everything. That's how you're going to sustain your reselling business, is by looking for these bread and butter items. There are going to be bolos. Don't let me discourage you from finding bolos. Don't let me because they're out there. They're out there. The more you are out there looking and sourcing items, you're going to find these big hits as well too. They're out there. They're everywhere. And take knowledge you've learned here on YouTube, wherever, your own personal knowledge. I find a lot of computer stuff. I find a lot of computer items that sell for a crazy good profit. But that's because I'm very familiar with computer stuff. I find internal components that sell for incredible profit. Those heatsink graphics cards, those are going to sell for hopefully over $200 each. Those are going to be great profit. And I'm using my knowledge of computers, my knowledge of computer gaming to know that I can pick those up and make good money on them. So, all right, that's it for me. And I'm talking from me. Hit the thumbs up button to like the video. Subscribe down below. Hit the bell notification. What's today? No. I already forgot what day it was. That's how crazy it was. But Thursday, this coming Thursday, don't forget there will be a live show from the flea market. We walk the flea market. We check stuff out. We do buy stuff. Difficult. It's difficult to do a live show and actively, buy. Because I'm constantly, worrying about the feed. And I wasn't paying attention the other day, or last Thursday, and it kind of cut out early. I was like, no, the internet cut out, so I wasn't, I was like, oh, well, it just ended, and that was it. So I really got to pay more attention to the feed, and, my whole purpose for doing the live show is to share the flea market with you guys, see what I see, and hopefully pick up some great items, great items here at the flea market. Not really for those videos, I'm just looking for just great items to resell, items that sell really well, and sharing the experience with you guys. But thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.